Notre Dame football is officially back. Fall camp opening up this week. Want to talk about some biggest position battles to know for the Fighting Irish that will be duked out over the next couple weeks. Who are the players to know? What does it mean for the Fighting Irish in 2025? Let's talk about those battles now. Ryan Roberts from A to Z Sports breaking down everything Notre Dame football. Folks, college football is nearly back. Notre Dame opening up camp this week. And now over the next couple weeks, we're going to talk about the most important position battles on this Notre Dame roster. Of course, that begins with the quarterback position. CJ Carr, redshirt freshman, redshirt sophomore, Kenny Minchey are going to be battling it out over the next couple weeks as they already have been this offseason after Steve Angeli transferred to Syracuse. This became a two-man quarterback race. Now, going into the fall camp, we know that the vibe and the pulse around the program is that CJ Carr has the inside track to being the starting quarterback, but Kenny Minchey has not backed down behind the scenes, and we know that that is going to be a heated debate. Now, most people will probably say it's going to be CJ, and you may very well be right, but all I know is that Kenny Minchey brings a different style, and until CJ is named the starting quarterback, I don't anticipate Kenny Minchey to stop his effort on a day-to-day perspective and continue to battle, and we'll see who wins out ultimately in the end. Right guard is another position we need to hit on real quick. With the injury to Charles Jagasaw, we know he's going to be out for the first part of the season. We'll see what the exact timeline of that is over the next couple weeks. But I do believe that the first person we're going to talk about in this debate is Sullivan Absher, redshirt sophomore, same class as Jagasaw. But do guys like a Gerby Lamberts get an opportunity out there? Do you move a Joe Otting out there? Does a Christopher Tarrick get an opportunity? I'm not sure who's going to be the starting right guard in game one against Miami. I think common sense would say Sullivan Absher has the inside track, but we'll see what ultimately happens in that spot. Z receiver, we'll hit on that one real quick. Who is the starter? Jordan Faison? Is it Will Pauling, the transfer from Wisconsin, formerly of Cincinnati as well? Is there a complete split share? Very interested to see who ultimately is the high volume getter at the Z position. Let's talk about on the defensive side of the football. Don't want to spend too much time on the defensive line. There's going to be some battles obviously working out on the interior, seeing who the starters are and who the key rotational players are. We'll see what happens there. But I do want to go to the will linebacker position where we're going to see a battle between Kingston Biliamo-Asa, the true sophomore. We're going to see Jay Nosbury, redshirt sophomore, and then we're going to see redshirt junior Jalen Sneed. Now, Jalen Sneed's had a big offseason. But when you talk about the most productive player from a snap-to-snap perspective, that was Osbury in 2024, but Kingston Biliamo-Asa is also probably the most talented of the three. So really interested to see who wins out that will linebacker position. The last one I want to hit on, safety opposite Adon Schuler. We know that Adon, after 59 total tackles, 3 interceptions, 8 pass breakups in 2024, is a starter in the boundary. But who is going to be this field safety? You're going to talk about Jalen Stroman. You're going to talk about Jadon Blair. You're going to talk about Bronte Johnson. You're going to talk about Luke Talich. All of these guys will figure into this debate, but who ends up being the starter in game one against the Hurricanes? Folks, you want to throw in some prediction. Starting safety, starting will linebacker. You can throw in who the starting Z receiver is. You want to talk about right guard. You want to talk about quarterback. I want to hear from you. Put it in the comments section right now. Who will be the starters at each of those positions? If you just want to answer one, that's totally fine. If you want to hit all of them, make sure to put in the comments section below. Make sure also to hit that like button and subscribe button on your way out. And as always, go Irish.